bonus beats.
He cannot speak. He has no tongue.
Ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you, unfortunately, this is the last episode of season 4. I know you are heartbroken just as well as Kim Kardashian is heartbroken, but it is totally the last episode of season 4. And we have the usual suspect here live from Lisbon, more or less over there. I think he's making a drug deal or something. I saw the 3 with kilos and something like that. It's going down. He said pounds? Pounds? And we have a special guest for our wonderful show today, live and direct from his living room. Already in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The guy is over there doing the thing. Yes, everybody's here. Him, me. Hey, welcome to the show.
Guys.
You're an author. Hello. We're so glad you could join us. We want you to join
Artie.
us today. Artie's here, right? You remember him?
Hello, there he is. He's right there.
You remember Artie?
What's up, guys? We're playing Hollywood Squares because this is great.
That's it.
Yep.
Circle gets the square.
Who would be the middle if we were Hollywood Squares?
Artie.
Of course.
Artie.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to be on point. You got to be funny. Yeah.
Artie. That's who would be. Yeah.
Only sewing questions. Is that the rules for our Hollywood Squares?
Sure.
Okay. As long as Artie's
here.
I
want to challenge me on this season of Omie Learns.
Okay, so should we do it? Let's do a sewing show. Do you know how to sew a button?
A button?
A button.
Yeah. Yes, and.
Fantastic. Yes. Oh.
Like, no.
Daring. Oh, that's daring.
Level 2. Oh, I think the drug deal just showed up.
No, we're good. Everything's fine. Totally fine. Omie, your little ray of sunshine today. What's going on back there?
I'm so happy. I wanted to bring something new and live for the season finale because we have so much going on next season. Like, we're gonna have guests on the show, our wonderful friend Artie. I've got
this one right here.
Guy, dab on him.
Yep.
You know, he's out there. We're gonna invite all kind of crazy people in there. Do it, and we got the 4 for 4 going next season. So it's gonna be 4 shows, 4 types. 16 episodes. You know, we're stretching out, ladies and gentlemen. Season 5 coming at you live. So I've got the sun doing its
little
thing.
ray of sunshine over there.
Floating around doing the show. But like I said, it is season 4, season finale. And like I said last week, we were able to talk to this guy right here. He was in Lisbon and on a special mission, and now he's on a part 2 of his secret squirrel mission.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the book that he wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
Misery's Company.
Look at that. You both got a copy.
I did.
I think that's, yeah.
Yeah, I forged your signature.
Yes.
Wanted to feel special.
I know. I told her I was gonna bring mine to the wedding, and I totally forgot about it. I would have been the DJ guy over there with like, attention, ladies and gentlemen. Can you come sign my copy of the book, please?
I did have DJ Omie D DJ my wedding. It
I
was
saw
amazing.
that. He was sweating there too. I loved it. Aww.
Yeah,
He sweated a lot. Yep.
Yeah, anytime I'm about to do something amazing, there's this energy that just pours out of me, and also it's like 95 degrees that day, abnormally for that time of May in Texas. But I guess it is time to bring the heat. So
happy sweats.
DJ Sweaty D.
Yep.
Oh
Once I changed.
Once
I changed shirts, the ladies still loved me. So,
yep, that's true.
Look, this is the first time I've ever interviewed an international author.
This is international author. This is crazy. This is weird. I'm humbled. I really appreciate it. I thought it was going to be a crazy episode. I'm excited about it. I appreciate it. This is weird and great and awesome. All the same reasons, like Artie, when you say that you forged my signature, I would love to sign that, because
sign the forgery.
It is so in no way am I a famous author whatsoever, and I still have a day job. I'm stuck in Lisbon, not by not by choice. I'm ready to go home.
Sure you are.
Yeah, sure. No, I am. The secret mission, half of the secret mission's already back home. But having written the book just for fun, like somebody saying, do you mind signing it? I love it. It's incredible. I've signed like 40 of them, which is a crazy number to me, because
you must have carpal tunnel, boy. Look at you.
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
40. Yeah.
Wow.
Small numbers. This is
wow.
Yes, you're not a Stephen King writer.
Never heard of her.
I know. Can I get I need a special message in mine, so mine's worth more. And can you like put like a serial number so it can be validated, so I can sell it later on eBay?
Yep. Omie D, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you sign mine, and I'm gonna switch it out for the copy that's in the Library of Congress. Just gonna.
Yeah.
And then have you sign that one.
For sure. Yeah.
It's like the Thomas Crown Affair with a book.
I do that now. I got my citizenship.
Yeah.
Did you? Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That must have been a very exciting day for you.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Oh.
I mean, I think it
Pinnacle,
was the only I was like, yay! Inside the whole place. I think I was happiest because of the little flag. I think I already lost it. Bad American. Bad.
No, normal American.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
Now I have first world problems.
That's right. So now I can vote. And
yeah. Yay.
I'm excited about that.
Down with Hot Wheels.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
So now when you come back, you can talk to Artie about getting your citizenship, so you can come back to the United States, since you're an international author now.
That's right.
You're a resident of Lisbon.
We can get married if you want. It's whatever.
I can't now. I didn't know that you were about Utah.
Texas.
We'll go to
anything.
Be brother husbands.
Utah.
Instead of sister wives, we'll be brother husbands.
I'm down.
I just want to live next door and be on the
T-Dubs is probably okay with that.
T-Dubs in the house anyway.
Hi, I know she's watching. What's up, girl?
Great. We miss you. You're awesome.
She doesn't watch this.
She did make a really funny comment on Facebook. But anyway, look, let's get back to what we came here to do.
Let's do it. Let's talk about a book.
Let's talk about a book. So first off, like, what made you, and Artie, feel free to jump in with any question that you have. We're going to talk about some general questions. We're going to dive into some pieces of the book. We're going to try to talk about the book without giving away what the book is about, for those that have not read the book or completed the book. So, but let's start off
completed. Was that who's not completed it?
Hold on. I don't know who's not completed it, because I damn sure did all 203 pages of it. Yes. Yeah, like I could totally do a book report on it.
I skimmed it.
Cool. Yeah. It's okay. You know what? It was fine. I don't like the color of the boat, of the sailboat. It's okay. I think you could have went with a better color.
No,
I mean, it's
on,
fine. It's fine.
on the cover or in the book?
No, in the book, the Pearson 4, was it the Pearson 420 as I called it? I know it's not the Pearson 420.
424. Yeah.
The Pearson 420.
Yeah,
Willie
the
Nelson's
Pearson
boat.
424. But yeah, it's the Pearson 420. Yeah.
It was green, right? Wasn't it kind of green?
Exactly.
I think he's described it as green.
I don't remember the color of the boat.
I think that's what he described it as Roberto helped his soon to be comrade,
His assailant.
his soon to be comrade on his way to Dublin. See, I didn't just read the back of the book. Ha ha.
You got in there. You
Yeah.
got in there while he's learning to escape from the accusation and living on the streets. Yeah,
I did.
Before he's ever gotten on a boat.
He's on the lam for something, for a crime he didn't commit. Bum, bum, bum. But what made you write a book? First off, what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna write a book?
Craziness. I first studied math and I just wanted to work in a lab, but then I had a roommate who was an RTF major, so radio, television, film, and they'd always be filming in the house. And in my crazy technical head, this is gonna be hard to believe, but all I wanted to do was correct them the entire time they were there and say, nope, that's wrong. Nope, that doesn't work. And so I started, in my own asshole way, started saying, hey, let's do this, or hey, let's do this. And all they were trying to do is like complete a project for school. And so I started writing scripts and I started going through things because I, in my early 20s, just wanted to prove people wrong because I was that guy. And so I started writing and realizing how difficult it was, and bless their hearts, all of them, because they just let me fall into my own mess of learning how to write, and started coming up with ideas and wrote things and kept writing. And I outlined the whole thing, and then I just had to finish it. And it was insane. So I had to. I was forced to. I never wanted to. I didn't like writing earlier in my life, and then I started writing to prove a point, and then I fell in love with the creativity of it.
It's interesting. You and I have a lot of things in common, but like, I love writing. It's one of the things that I used to do and just have always loved to do. It's almost a hidden passion that a lot of people don't understand about me, but it's really cool that that's kind of what got you into writing a book, because it totally fits your personality. It's like, oh, nope, you suck. Let me show you how to do it.
and then 20 years later, I'm like, wow, I was such an asshole. Yeah. So my need to mansplain got me into writing.
Well, are you still trying to prove people wrong?
Yeah, but I try to do it in a more of a I'm trying to learn what is right or what was happening, rather than trying to say you're wrong and I know this, because I'm overly confident. So instead I'm like, tell me more about this. So it's turned more into a education for myself, because I still see things that I think are wrong. Yeah. So 20 years ago, I'd want to say, no, that's wrong. Here's what I think. And now I see things that I don't understand and I want to learn about them more. So I guess I'm not trying to prove people wrong anymore, but I still have that mentality of, ooh, that doesn't look right to me. And I've learned new ways to kind of explore that space that wasn't such a jerk way to go about it.
Cool. Very,
I hope.
Well, it's funny. Like I said, you and I share the same astrological sign. So we did talk previously, and you said that you were flattered when people found mistakes in your book, because that means someone read the book, right?
True. Yes, because it's not like I've got a lot of readers. I mean, this is really weird to talk about, like, the whole thing, but I love it. Thanks. But I love it because somebody be like, there's a typo here. This doesn't make sense. Here's a loophole. I'm like, you read it? Awesome. Thanks. Would you like me to sign it and circle the errors? Great.
You know what? I highlighted a few in my copy.
Did you?
And of course. Why would I not? Just because I was like, and then I also tried to find comparisons to people who we knew. I'm like, I wonder is this person? Or it probably has nothing to do with anybody, but it was
probably
fun.
has everything to do with everybody.
We'll talk about that because we at least got to get into at least the main characters of the book to let everybody know about that. So you decided that you're going to write a book 20 plus years ago, and do you immediately come up with what we're about to talk about here as Misery's Company, or is this something that just kind of rolled into like, oh, I wrote a book about like skateboarding and it didn't work, and you know?
No, this was probably like an 8-year project, not a 20-year project, but it was about 20 years ago that I started writing just like short stories and scripts and whatever I could for the makeshift film crew that was in my house, and trying to create stuff like that. So it took about 8 years or so, and all I really wanted to do was write a book about, or I wanted to write a short story about modern day pirates. And I just wanted the idea of somebody who was a stowaway or a castaway who was kind of learning what was happening, and I couldn't get the character to get hidden on the ship, so I had him hidden on the docks. And then I started thinking, well, how did he get to the docks? And so that put me in a situation where he was hiding. And then I started researching, okay, which docks do I want him to be in? And I saw the docks of Lisbon or Liverpool. And I was like, we need to go there because of the proximity to Dublin. And I was like, okay. So it all just fell on top of each other because I thought somebody who fell over backwards into the world of pirating would be a fun story to write.
Totally agree. Speaking of which, you bring up your main character, Robert. Roberto, as some like to call him in Spain. And very interesting, very interesting character. And something I want to ask you about him. Robert has a couple of fight scenes in the book. Apparently, he's a lot more cunning than the story leads on for you to believe about his background. And I think maybe there might be a little origin story there about, possibly why he's as cunning as he is. I don't want to give up the it's hard to not give up the book when you've read the book.
Give up the book.
Like he's good in a fight. I'll tell you that much.
He's a natural. And he's even shocked at himself for what is happening, and he's surprised every time.
Oh.
Kind of like me writing a book. I'm like, oh shit, that just happened. That's weird. Okay, that actually happened. Was it good? I don't know, but it happened. It's done, and here we are.
I think overall it was good. And what's very interesting about this, ladies and gentlemen, is you've actually visited the three main places that things went down, I believe, in the book: Liverpool, Dublin, and Lisbon.
Yeah, that was so Lisbon was where I wanted to go the most and check it out because one of the main pivotal scenes happens there, or at least one of the biggest scenes in my mind happened in Lisbon. So I had to come up here and walk around to see, hey, did that actually happen here? There were. Yep, that's over by the statue of the explorers. It was huge. It was incredible. Some big old maps.
Looks like you're big as the map, so it looks like you got really big. Must be something different about the water in Lisbon, or just maybe it's closer to the sun. I don't know. It looks really huge. Yeah, you're so close to the Congo.
How many times did you change the title of the book, Misery's Company, or did you stick with the whole ride?
The whole time, it's always been Misery's Company. And what was crazy is I knew that he was going to get into a depression, and I knew that he was going to try to fight his way out of it. And they say misery loves company, and I thought that he was just going to struggle to get out of his depression. And if you read it, you'll find out if he gets out of his depression or not.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't have a picture of the.
Good question. The name.
It really was.
Mhm.
I mean, that's why we're the dynamic duo. I don't have a picture of the port in Liverpool, but
I do.
you
Right here.
do. Nah, nailed it. Looks just like it. This, I could actually find a picture of it, but
Can you see it?
I can. That brings us to our next character in the book, Thummy, who he meets.
Thummy, yep.
Thummy, who he meets is his neighbor as he's like hiding out, being homeless in Liverpool, which was a very interesting build up for the character. As he's on the lam, he actually lives in Liverpool. And something that I think is very interesting, I think you set this up so you could possibly write a second book, is he's still trying to figure out the original problem throughout the whole book. Like his original reason for getting into this situation, getting into this pickle, having to become a pirate and escape the law. He's still trying to figure this out throughout the entire book. And he's trying to put all of these pieces of these different people together of how he can get to answer the one question about this girl that he loved that's now dead. Ooh, I'll put it out there.
Murder mystery.
Murder mystery.
Never.
I did not market it as a murder mystery, and I'm glad that I didn't.
Oh, I think it's good.
Artie was one of my very first reviews and one of my very first purchases.
It was great. It was wonderful. I emailed him immediately. I'm like,
So what's your overall opinion of the book, Artie?
I don't know. I forgot. Just kidding. Where is he? There he is. Oh,
that guy. That's my Twitter picture.
Your camera's so good.
No, it's. I like the book because it painted images in my head, and it really, you have a gift of just painting images in people's heads, and your detail in each of the character really just tells a backstory without telling too much and too little, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thanks. No, your review on Google was solid. I knew that you liked it, and then Artie received a sneak peek of the sequel.
It was good, and I was pissed because he only gave me a little bit. I was like, all right.
Well, he sent me a message at one point and was like, I think you should write a book about this character. And I went, oh yeah, check your email.
Yeah. Character spinoff? Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like the characters that you picked for the book all have interesting backstories that you really don't understand. Like, you have the relations, like Robert's backstory. You get a little bit of that, but then you don't get much of Curtis's backstory, which is another one of the sailor. But you kind of get a little bit,
which is a great setup.
Yep.
It's like, why give it all out?
Exactly. And then I love how you introduce the other characters all in the sea, and they get to Lisbon together. And I'm glad Artie brought up the imagery that you utilize, because you did do a very good job of describing things that people were looking at. So as we were talking about that, let's look at some of the images from your trip, your exploration to Lisbon. So I think this is the Polka de Santa Amaro.
Doca de Santo Amaro?
That might be Doca. There you go. Thank you. Gracias.
Yeah.
That is the 25 de Abril bridge.
Oh. What's so significant about that date?
That date was when the people of Portugal overthrew the authoritarian government and installed a republic so that they could vote for their representation. And the bridge, when it was started, was named after the authoritative dictator. I don't know if he was a dictator, but the person who they overthrew. So he named it after himself, and they tore his name off of there. And the day that they took a democratic stance in their own country was the date that they gave this bridge.
Fabulous. Tear down that wall, Mr. Korpachak.
So
replace the name. Leave the bridge up. Yeah.
It's a beautiful bridge. It reminds me
Yeah.
of the bridge in San Francisco.
Same builder, same paint.
Same builder, say Glidden, number 437.
Yeah. Same builder or architect. And they use the same paint on it as well. So it's almost exactly the same.
Is that your travel hat?
That is my travel hat.
That's,
That is true.
that's fly. So if looking at this picture, do any of the boats resemble the Pearson 420, 425?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. The Pearson 424. Yes, for sure. And this is the port that I'm in, and I'm taking pictures because I love it. This is the port where, can I say, because you just mentioned the boat, the Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
Something happened here regarding that boat that is very significant.
Is this the area that you envisioned that happened right here?
So what was crazy is it's exactly what I envisioned, but I did it all through Google Maps, and I'd go zoom in and look at it and be like, all right, I think this is going to happen here, and this is going to happen here, and they're going to go to this little coffee shop, and this happened. And so part of walking around Lisbon was walking to these areas that I wrote about, going, okay, is it possible that these people could have been here and done this? I'm like, okay, yeah, they could have done that. Okay, this works. And I was emotional when I went to the port right there. That was the place that mattered the most to me. That I was like, okay, that can happen. But then I went to some other places, and I'm like, okay, that's never gonna happen here.
Like,
so,
is that Brad Pitt? Who is that? What?
No, that's one of those rentable scooters.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And me in front of it. Yeah.
That is so dope right there. So in the book, as they're cruising into Lisbon, this is exactly what I'm kind of picturing in my mind. The port, however, that they were looking for, I kind of had a different vision of what that looked like. Because they were looking for like a specific area, but then you began to describe the chalk drawings on the deck. So I'm thinking something in my mind more like, Grand Theft Auto, like with the wooden kind of planky deck. And this picture kind of like sums up a little bit what you might see. Like you might be taking a picture from like the actual deck, but I was thinking more like, they're pulling into, and I'm going to go back. Hold on, I'm going to go back one. I'm going to go back there. So I would envision it more like this is the area where can you see you can see my stylus right here. Let me make it the picture bigger so I can
all the chalk drawings.
Yeah, all the chalk drawings I pictured to be here, kind of like this, but I envisioned this area here being connected to this, and as they were driving the boat under this, they were looking at all of these areas, and the chalk was coming down here, washing upon this, and that's where they were going to land the Pearson 424. Yeah. So, but
you're describing the way I think of it as well. I feel like you're describing what's there. No, I love it. You're saying the things.
Sorry,
for the chalk festival that I entirely made up to go into the scene.
So the chalk that doesn't even really happen.
No, that's not a thing.
You son of a bitch!
I don't think that ever happened.
No, not a thing. That'd be so cool. I thought it was so cool. I was like, dang, that's cool. A little festival and the kids get to get rid of the chalk and stuff like that. So no, that's a beautiful port and a beautiful bridge. What is this building? Because when I looked up Lisbon, I saw this building pictured a lot, and I'd like to know this. And does this have any significance in your story or the sequel?
No, it's just a significant building when you get to the port, into one of the main open squares overlooking the river, and it's right next to a main central for all the trains and everything. So it's definitely a signature piece from the edge of the kind of river, But I think it's a hotel.
Okay.
Or a nice Starbucks.
I'm down.
There is a Starbucks there. Yeah.
Thought so.
And some hustlers underneath it, like singing and asking for money.
That's me.
Hop to, skitty bing bang boom, hop to.
Fortune telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that where the could this be possibly where Robert was playing PG-3 card Monty with the hustler in his mind, in his dream? Somebody read the book.
That's really good.
He did read the book.
Somebody read the book.
Yes, follow the queen. Follow the queen.
I think that was that reminded me of the dreams sequence from The Simpsons when Police Chief Wiggum was trying to figure out who shot Mr. Burns, and Lisa was in the dream, and she was like, "The suit burns better," and she's like holding this card, and it's like burning, and he's like, "I don't get it." She's like, "Check Burns' suit," like he was trying to give her clues, and it didn't work. But that was very cool. And then you use the Red Queen to relate to the two women in the story that Robert is kind of in between with his heart.
Two women.
Is there a possible love interest in the sequel?
I mean, they are in Lisbon.
Love interest between who?
It doesn't matter. The dog and the cat on the street. Who is there any love interest? I mean, there is a sex scene, ladies, in there. So get you some wine. Get your wine. Sexy sex scene on the ocean. Yeah,
I went a little heavier on the sex scene that
I know. I was like,
I wanted to.
I was under plane when I was reading that. I was like, oh.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I get family or some friends that'd be like, "I'm reading your book. I'm on this chapter." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Put the kids to bed and get them Merlot. You want to put some Marvin Gaye on because
oh wow.
I would I should go back and Disney that up a little bit.
No, because that's what's gonna get it. Look, I can envision this as when I got to about page 175, I started telling myself I need to call some of my Hollywood friends because I could see this being a movie. Like I could really see this being a movie, not just because of the passionate sex scene on the ocean, but like it has like that independent movie feel. Like it's already set up to be a movie. Like it to me, it really is set up to be a movie. You know, I'm down. I could be
Curtis.
Yeah, I could be Curtis. Yeah.
You could be a Curtis, but you'd be in the sequel if you are. Your feet would be pretty damaged though.
I can do it.
I get marketing calls about once or twice a week about the book, about people who want to put the book in front of script readers and movie makers, and every time I start talking to them, and they're like, "Yeah, $1,800, and we'll do this for you, and then for $2,400, we can do this and this and this, and then you have a chance." And I'm like, "Oh, it's a marketing call." Damn it!
I have a friend that's a director. And he's gotten some short films done, and he might be interested in it. He's actually got an IMDb page. I was in a couple of his movies. Yeah, he's done actually a couple of really good movies. Israel Marquez films. Shout out to him.
I would love if there's ever a true interest, but my whole interest was to have it printed in my hands and have some friends read it. And I've accomplished every single goal I had about printing the book and writing the book and having people read it and give me reviews. And just the fact that there's a interview with friends of mine is insane to me, for all dozens of people that watch it. Hey, there's a
he's an accomplished author.
You are. Yeah. You should be very proud of yourself.
That's T-Dubs?
That's T-Dubs, yep. Potty for scale.
Wow, she's so big up here now with this crown on and stuff. That's amazing. Lisbon has changed you guys. Totally. This little ant down here. What is this thing? This is amazing. I want one of these in my new house.
Is it a sandcastle?
Yes.
It's all the explorers, because Columbus was hired by Portugal
That's right.
to head off towards the New World. And so Portugal and Spain were already on the map, and this is what put them ahead of Spain, was their exploration of the world. So Portugal's absolutely the source of the world domination.
That was really good, because I had a joke that I was gonna pull with. You were gonna ask me the name of the boat, and I was gonna be like the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Martinez or something like that. But Pearson 420 works way better. So
Pearson 420. Yep, that's funny. Yep, that's really funny.
So look, since you already got the sequel, if there's a part 3, can you have a boat named the Pearson 420? Like
it's about to happen.
Yes.
I've got to make that happen.
Yes. Look, you saw it live here. This is the only show where you get to be part of creative stuff because you're a genius. It just is.
I want to talk to the genius that is Artie, and Artie of the 4x4 for next season, where we've got 4 episodes of 4 types of episodes for a total of 16. That's 16. I did that again. Episodes. 2 of those types. We've got the end quotes and the common thread, which are kind of guessing games. I feel that those would be great areas for some competition to come in for Omie D. Where can we have you on one of those shows? Which of those shows would you rather be part of?
Both.
And why?
Because I want to spend more time with you guys. This is cool. Like real talk. Like I got nothing. Literally, my life is just tending to my garden, going to work, sleeping, eating, farting, and that's it.
Beautiful garden. Look, we have another special friend who wants to join us on the show too, so we might be able to get both of them on the show. And you know what? This is the internet. So I can find some kind of fancy scoreboard, and we can keep score.
2-on-2 for 4-for-4.
Bing! We got money. We can do it.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I guess the common thread would be like a seek and find, like a sleuth game where you've got to like really analyze the clues and try to figure it out and try to escape the room kind of thing. Common thread.
That. Absolutely.
And then obviously the quotes. Somebody would have to guess the person and the context, which I already have. Because I'm just bored out of my mind. I already have the next couple written, so it's like I want to tell you what they are already.
Do it. Text me.
I think Artie should be on the first common thread, and I think he should be on like the 3rd or 4th quotes.
I'm down.
Because then he gets to roll through and catch a lot more quotes. So then it'll be quite competitive. We can win money for charity. I don't know who's going to donate the money, but
we still have the $1 million offer out there.
I heard that.
Yes. Remember, if we both make $1 million, I will donate. Was it $500,000 I'm giving to
100,000.
100,000. I'm glad somebody remembers, because I'd have been out of 400. I mean, I would have donated an extra 400,000 to shopping for Christmas toys for kids.
Or you could be 100 pennies.
We in there. We're closer. So you can go to podcastfarms.com, sign up for a subscription. We're going to put a wide open field in there. So if you want to just donate 2 mil, 3 mil, I know it's time for some of y'all to get rid of some of this election cash. If you need to do some ads for your election, every ad is $1 million a piece. So hit me up. We're here for you.
Artie, you got some shout outs?
Wait, hold on. 2 more things. We're not done.
Oh God, I'm so please go.
Yes.
I look at the time. I look at the time, and I'm like,
don't worry. Look,
are we over?
Is that a Cheez-Its factory?
I'm host. It is. It's a big ass Cheez-Its. So this is the port. This is where I envisioned the end of the story coming to happen. So like this building right over here is where I envisioned the shootout went down. Unless the shootout was on like one of these big cargo ships back here, and
this is Lisbon, yes.
This is Lisbon. This is the port of Lisbon.
Yeah. This is over closer to where I am now, not downtown, where the other one is by the bridge. This is closer to the Orient area, and where the casino is.
Mm.
So there's
Walker.
there's yes.
I think they shot Iron Man 3 on that port.
It looks like it. It does. It looks like it. So that's where I envision that going down the shootout. I think it's a phenomenal book. I think that is right, Artie. That is apparently a view from somewhere in Lisbon.
Who took this one?
Did I take that one?
Somebody I found.
Already, a lot of them look like that. This is just what this city looks like.
So cute.
Insane.
I want to put it on a puzzle and put it together.
And puzzle it.
Come visit Lisbon. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
It's beautiful.
Is that north of Canada or something?
It's close.
Yeah, just a little east.
Okay.
Just
past Albuquerque.
Yeah, right past Buffalo, New York. It's Syracuse.
Who's
my
Sarah?
cousin. Yeah, she's up there. My cousin. So this book is phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you, sir.
I read the book and I started reading the book and I didn't finish the book until this week. And finishing the book, and I have a problem with finishing things because I hate to, because then it's over and I really get disappointed. But as I finished this book, I liked the ending and I didn't like the ending because it's not over.
With coffee.
Yeah, which is a perfect thing because our first show was about coffee, and there's a lot of coffee and a lot of beer.
Easter egg.
The book. And so I think if you have not checked it out, and I will say this, I know for a fact one person purchased the book because they watched the show. They texted me and said, I purchased his book and I'm reading it because y'all made it sound very interesting. And so it works. Don't think it doesn't. Advertising works. This it's $1 million to get
sex sells.
Yeah, there you go. Look, there's a sex scene on page, ladies. Get you some of that Zen.
It might be like a page and a half. Like
it's pretty hot.
Yes, a page 109. They're 20 feet long. That's what it starts with.
I think that's where it started with. Exactly.
And then it says, I've seen bigger. He stated as if he proved any point about the whales.
Yep, that's what she said. And I think there was one of those jokes in there. That was. So it's a good, and there are whales in this book. Not actually.
There are.
They're real whales.
One of the dream sequences is whales that talks about hierarchies and length and
girth.
Length and girth.
Yeah.
I am
I'm trying to sell this
for
book.
days on one of the historical flashbacks in the next book, because I have 2 historical flashbacks that I'm stuck on, and I'm about to write an entire. I've got like 15,000 words on a historical flashback, and it's like a quarter of the book already. It's terrible.
Wait, when was this book published? What year was it? Was it 2019? 2019. That's right, September 9th. And
all I know is I'll be glad when that Pearson 420 rolls up in there.
When's the new book going to come out?
Yes, when can we expect the new?
I don't know. 3-4 years. I'm on that George R.R. Martin schedule.
3-4 years? To hell with that. What is this? A fucking Outkast album? Get to work.
Yeah, I know. I've been busy. Got a new job. I just graduated.
Congratulations.
Look, all this stuff does not equate to us getting the next book.
You're waiting. I know. You're right.
I'll start the next global pandemic, right?
I know. Hey, Chew. Hi, nice to meet you. Get to work. So, no, we've had a fun time. Thank you for. Ooh, that's not the sexy vision.
I've been out.
Look. So, look, I appreciate everybody coming through. I appreciate you letting us interview you about your book. If you have not gone, you can go to the Amazon. You can go pick up a copy of it. It's phenomenal. It's called what?
Misery's Company.
There you go. That's
there
the one.
It is. Get it on the Amazons.
Get it on the Amazon. They deliver it quickly.
I really appreciate this, and I am so looking forward to getting back into some episodes where I have a script and I'm not on the spotlight, even though I have a spotlight.
Yes.
And I'm really looking forward to season 5. I love that we've got some guests. I love seeing some familiar faces. Artie, I'm so glad to see you.
Yeah, I know this camera angle totally made you nervous or anxious the whole time, but who cares? We're putting you on the spot for once in your life. Good job. Way to write a book. You're an awesome author. We appreciate you.
Thanks.
And ladies and gentlemen, this has been the end of season 4.
What an honor.
Yeah, this is the final episode of season 4. It's like graduation and stuff. And we're out. So I'm going to redo the intro and the outro for season 5. So it's going to be freaking. When are we going to start season 5? I need.
According to our schedule, in 1 week. They're already written. They are written, my friend. Let's go.
Do you know which first episode we're going to do?
I could. I've got it on a laptop over there. It's so we're gonna do like an Omie D learns. So just go straight up Omie D learns, and then a quotes, and quotes goes 2 in the order, and then we do a common thread, and we end with a true story.
Can I request an Omie D learns?
Yes.
Can we do an Omie D learn? I want to do an Omie D learns beer and relate it to the 800 beer show, and we should get beer. And what I've discovered is, if whoever our guest is lives near a Total Wine, we could possibly order them beer, and they could join us on the show and drink and sample as we discuss the different types of beers. So now my beer show will have a reference for like what's an IPA, what's a light beer, what's a crap beer, and what's good stuff. So just a request whenever you're down. Omie D's got the beer.
I've got some guest thoughts.
Yeah. We're in. So that's what we got going down. So Artie, we will see you for sure season 5. It's been a pleasure having both of you on. Like I said, go get the book, Misery's Company. He's got something going on.
I'll see you for common threads.
Hey!
Bonus beats.
He cannot speak. He has no tongue.